Ah, the check engine light. We've all seen it, right? That little orange glow of doom. Well, if you're driving a Ford and you've pulled a P0073 code, you've come to the right place. We're going to demystify this thing for you, figure out what it means, and what you can do about it. So let's dive right in. Okay, so there it is. The check engine light is on. The scanner spits out P0073, and yeah, that sounds kind of technical, right? A little intimidating? Hey, don't worry about it. We're going to break this down together, piece by piece. All right, first up, let's decode this thing. Think of it like we're translating from mechanic speak into plain, simple English. What is your car really trying to say with this P0073 code? So, on paper, what is P0073? It's a diagnostic trouble code, that's what a DTC is, and it points to the ambient air temperature sensor circuit. But here's the key part. It means the signal from that sensor is reading way higher than it should. We're talking impossibly high. Your car's computer did a little self-check and basically said, whoa, there is no way it's that hot outside.
To put it another way, your car thinks it's driving on the surface of the sun. It's getting a temperature reading that is just bonkers. And because that number doesn't line up with anything else the car is sensing, it throws up a red flag, or in this case, a little orange light on your dash. Okay, so that brings up a good question, right? What even is this ambient air temperature sensor, and why should you care? Well, the easiest way to think about it is, it's your car's very own outdoor thermometer.
Yep, it's that simple. Its whole job is to tell your car's computer, hey, it's 75 degrees out today, or man, it's a chilly 30 degrees. It's just taking the temperature of the air outside the car. But why does your car care so much about the weather? Because that little piece of data is super important. The car's brain, the main computer, uses that temperature reading to make all sorts of tiny, smart decisions. We're talking about adjusting engine performance on the fly, tweaking the fuel mixture to be as efficient as possible, and even making sure your automatic climate control is blowing the right temperature air. If that sensor gives a bogus reading, it can throw all those systems out of whack. You might notice your engine running a little rougher, or even see your gas mileage take a hit. All right, so we know what's wrong. Now let's put on our detective hats and figure out why it's happening. When you see a P0073 code, there are really only 4 usual suspects we need to investigate. So here they are, our 4 main culprits. You've got an open in the circuit, a short to voltage, a straight-up damaged sensor, or maybe an intermittent problem. But do you see the pattern here? Look closely. 3 out of the 4 point right back to the wiring or the connections. And that is great news, because it means this usually isn't some deep, complicated, expensive engine problem. 9 times out of 10, it's going to boil down to one of 2 things. Either the sensor itself is bad, or the wires leading to it have a problem. And just so we're all on the same page with those terms, an open circuit? Just think of it like a cut cord. The electricity can't make the complete trip. Simple as that. A short to voltage? That's when a wire gets a little nick in its rubber coating and touches something metal it's not supposed to, creating a kind of electrical shortcut that gives that crazy high reading. Okay, enough with the theory. Let's get our hands dirty. Well, figuratively at least. I'm going to give you a super simple 3-step action plan you can follow to track this thing down yourself. Here we go. Step 1. Just use your eyes. Pop the hood and find that AAT sensor. It's usually somewhere behind the front grille. Look at the wires around it. Do you see any obvious cracks, frayed bits, or green, crusty corrosion? Step 2. Check the connector. Is the plug pushed all the way into the sensor? Give it a gentle tug and push. You'd be surprised how often a loose connection is the whole problem. And finally, step 3. If the wires look perfect and the connection is solid as a rock, well then your prime suspect is the sensor itself. It might have just given up the ghost from age or damage. I know what some of you might be thinking. It's a thermometer. For the outside, who cares? And I get it, it sounds minor, but trust me, you don't want to ignore this code. Let's talk about why getting this fixed quickly really matters. You know, the source material puts it perfectly. When you leave this unchecked, it can cause more damage down the line. Remember all those systems that rely on this data? The engine, the fuel system, the AC? They're all making bad decisions based on bad information. It's like a domino effect inside your car.
And really, that's the bottom line. Taking care of a pretty simple and usually pretty cheap sensor or wire today can save you from huge, expensive headaches tomorrow. It's one of the easiest bits of preventative maintenance you can do.
So there you have it. We've cracked the code, we've lined up the suspects, and you have a checklist in your hand. The mystery is gone. The only thing left to ask is, what's your first move?